Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Qigong for Health and Wellness. My name is Susan Churchill, and I'm so happy to be with you today. We are in the second half of our Put Yourself First, 14 days to put yourself first. And I hope you've been enjoying this. Hi, Pam. Hi, Alicia. Get myself straightened up. There we go. So let's start with our minute for peace. Feet shoulder hip distance apart. Stand if you can. Bend your knees. Spine nice and straight. You can soften your shoulders and just bring your hands up in prayer position. Close your eyes and connect to peace. The peace of the earth, the peace of the universe. Connect to the peace coming from your heart, your divine spark, your soul. The peace of Spring Forest Qigong and Master Lin and everyone who's here today. And as we fill ourselves up, this is what we're learning here for putting ourselves first. As we fill ourselves up and allow ourselves to continually be filled with happiness, joy, peace, contentment, and gratitude, then we have all of that so much extra beyond what we need physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I mean, that's a good right there. But we even have more that we can share generously with others and be a peace radiator, a love radiator, a contentment radiator. Good morning, Pam, Alicia, Patricia, Cheryl, Lynn. And if any of you have experiences, we'd love to hear them here, because as we share what's happening with ourselves, then others can recognize it. So have your knees bent a little bit. Let your body just change or adjust as you soften yourself in this column of peace. We're going to work with peace for our healing movement today as well. And when you're ready, start bouncing from the knees and slowly release your hands down. They're going to come down, the fingers open, the elbows come a little away from your body. Hi, Martha. Hi, Maria. And just let those shoulders, or the weight of your arms, right? Just soften any tension in the shoulders. Just let that release. Hi, Christine. Good morning. And feel what this feels like, this vibration as we're bouncing gently. Our feet are still flat on the ground. I think you can do this also if you have a rebounder. I haven't tried that. I've heard some people doing that though. Hi, Faye. And just gently talk to your spine, your muscles, your tendons, your ligaments, and say, good morning. your tailbone, your all the bones and muscles and everybody in your feet and your ankles and your thighs and knees and calves and hips, and go through all your organs and say good morning, good morning, good morning. And even the muscles that hold your rib cage together, because those are important for breathing, right? And so we want to soften everybody so that we can take nice, beautiful breaths in and out. Come up through the neck, all those tiny little vertebra, right? Each vertebra in the neck, way up there, those tiny ones, and see a little space in between. Hi, Dorothy. Go to your jaw. Do you put tension, or do you hold tension here? Let's soften, soften, soften. Even your ears. What about your eyes? You know how many muscles are there controlling that and the way you can move? There are even eye exercises you can do. And I believe there's some in Master Lynn's Head to Toe Healing book. But even like eye rolls and whatnot to help to keep them mobile. Let's keep everybody mobile in here. How about the brain, our nervous system, our circulatory system, and talk to your arteries and veins. Let's bring our hands over our heads, stimulating our heart and lungs when we do that. Breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. Let your tongue touch the roof of the mouth. That connects the front and back main energy channels. Those are the ones that we tap the cheekbones and the beginning of the eyebrows when we start tapping. Let any tension, how about, can you feel like a cloud or fogginess in your brain or around your head of all those thoughts and dreams and stuff that's been milling about? Can we bounce and let those just dissipate? Release them out. We can think up things later and it'll come back to us if it's something that's we need to deal with. But why have all of that just crowding? We want a clear space so the universe and we are connected, earth through us to the universe and back. Let's take our hands down to our sides and continue to bounce and let yourself go side to side and open, open, open. I'm so grateful for this because I could easily get lazy and say, I don't want to get up right now. I'll do it later. But I'm so grateful that I found Spring Forest Qigong in the beginning of 2020. Because I'm getting younger and younger. How about you? And, it's a bit of patience. Because just like if you were practicing anything, like you're learning how to be make pottery, or you're learning how to skate or whatever, work on anything that you're working on physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Let's unwind ourselves. We need to practice. We need to keep practicing every day. And hi, Yipeng. And so that's what we're here in the morning, to wake up our chi, to say, hey, I'm ready to live a good day today. Let's do it. How can I be as much in balance as possible so that whatever comes in front of me, I can see maybe see the positive part. I can respond instead of react, and I can make the most of opportunities that come to me, which I might not be able to see if I'm being in depression, in sadness, in anger, et cetera, et cetera. Hi, Lynn. Lily. Hi, Lily. All right. So shoulder shrugs. Lift the shoulders up to our ears, head goes back. But being here with you guys in the morning, I know every morning I'm starting my day out with joy, with happiness, with peace and contentment and gratitude, lots of gratitude. Pull the shoulders down. We'll do that 2 more times. Shoulders lift, head goes back. Tongue touches the roof of the mouth behind the front teeth. Continue to breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. Allow yourself to use your imagination and see anything that like pain or worry as just energy, and letting it, boom, transform into something pretty, something beautiful like butterflies or bubbles. I'm going to have to get the bubbles out again. Just thinking of bubbles makes me happy. I don't know. Lift the shoulders up. We'll do 1 more. The head comes back, and then feel what's happening. 'Cause all of these things that we're doing are release the shoulders down and head come up, and then pull the shoulders down, are helping us to pay attention. So if you're doing the shoulder shrugs, and usually, your shoulders can move pretty far, then they're not. Then that tells you what? You got some tension or something. So it helps you to say, oh, let's soften. Or maybe it's one of those days where you're just like, wow, my shoulders go really high, my head goes way back. And then you can celebrate that too and say, yes, this is how, and tell your body, make that intention. This is how I want this to be every day. So, all right, very good. Let's tap the cheekbone. So reminding you that this is the front channel. So when we touch the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth behind the front teeth, we're opening up this channel here, the front channel. We're really and you can do it, like send beautiful yellow light in. And the yellow light, that's for our digestive system. So think of that. And you can do this if you have, digestive issues. You could say, wow, I could do this. Maybe I'll just put my timer on every 2 hours and then give myself a couple minutes of doing this, and do it for a week or 2 weeks or 100 days and see how that affects you. Experiment. We're up here at the beginning of the eyebrows. And so these are the bladder detoxification points, and we're opening up the back channel of the 2 main energy channels. And once we have those channels both open, then they can easily feed the other channels in the body, all the other meridians and energy channels. Let's cup the base of our head, and again, remember to notice, can you feel the vibration in the palm of your hand when you're cupping the base of your head? And if you can't feel it, then go a little more firmly. Okay, we're not whacking ourselves, and we're cupping, not flat, but cupping to get the vibration to go in, to wake up the chi and get it moving. All right. How's that so far? Let's continue with clapping and the inside elbows and underarms and window of the lungs for this part of our body here. We're going to wake up the chi here. Oops, sorry, I did that wrong. Have your hands this way. Cup the inside of the left elbow and the right. Underarm left side and the right side. And you know what? I think we're going to do 3 sets of this today. Window of the lungs. So you want to cup your hand and then come to the collarbone area and just kind of cup right there. You kind of feel a hollow knocking sound. Then you're doing it right. Clap the hands to stimulate the heart. And yeah, if you're the only one up, you can wake them up. That's okay. And cup the inside of the elbow. Really get, you're not, like we're not being mean to ourselves at all, but it's firm yet gentle. Because we want to go in and we want to say hello, good morning to all those wonderful things we've got in here. We're amazing, actually, right? Window of the lungs. So heart, lungs. And if you know more um, than you're getting right here, then you'll know that these open up more than just the heart or just the lungs. However, that's what we're focusing on right now. Because like when you clap your hands, there are energy buttons to every organ system in the body. How about that? So now, see, isn't that probably why everybody likes to clap their hands when they're happy? And when you clap your hands, you get happy because you just stimulate your entire body. So if you've got, I think that makes sense with the song. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. And if not, clap your hands and then you'll get happy. Let's come down and tap our tailbone. And then bring the thumbs in and go to the sides and tap the hip point. So if you got your arms down, you bring them up, go back a little bit, you feel a little bit of a dimple there. That's the best spot to get the vibration in to help all of the joints. So if you've got arthritis, do this, and maybe do it when you wake up, do it with us, do it at night before you go to bed. That could be one that you want to set the alarm for and just say, you know what, I think I'm going to do that for 100 days. I'm going to give myself, a cupping. And I really want to hear if you do that. Like maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes of just doing that every day. I'd love to hear someone who does it, or whatever you do. Please give us your experiences, because that's how we all support each other, saying, hey, I did this, and that's what happened. Which is why I tell you that when I first started, I came in for anxiety release due to COVID, anxiety due to COVID. And, the first time I saw Master Lin, I popped out of that fight or flight mode. I'm like, okay, this is for me. And then I came back, and I came back, and I came back. And then over time, the arm that used to only come up here, I got my full range of motion. Now, it's not quite all the way up to the top yet, but look at it, I'm even better than I was earlier this year. So you have the visualization of how do you want it to be. That's the intention you're sending out. So then your chi, your life force can say, hey, she really wants to get those arms up. Let's keep working at it. And then you come back the next day and you come back. And even if you're doing it some days, you're really into it, it's all good. Other days you can barely come. But in our group, even if you're not here live, you're getting the vibration of everybody. You're getting the support of everyone. So anyway, there's my pitch to come back every day. And of course, I'm talking to the choir because you're here every day. And that's okay too. All right, so that was all the active exercises. So see, breathe in, release, breathe the energy up, bring it down from the universe, bring it from all sides, bring it from inside out, and just feel as alive as you can in this moment. And then we'll stand with our feet shoulder, hip distance apart. Push your toes down a little bit. See if you can kind of spread them out a bit. And bend your knees. Tuck your tailbone. Feel a little release in the lower back. What's a good position for that? So to help your spine be as straight as possible. Tuck our chin in, but when we do that, we're aligning the neck with the rest of the spine. Drop the shoulders down. Tell the mind, soften, soften, soften. Elbows come out. Opening up this channel, underarm. Remember, that's that heart again. Connection to the heart. Let the hands, let the fingers stretch. Maybe try to get them to go really long. Pretend they're growing all the way to the walls. And then release. Almost all the way, but not quite. And you might feel energy, that chi in your hands just by the stretching. Hi, Marlene. Tuck your chin in. Tip of the tongue touches the roof of the mouth behind the front teeth. Remember, that's connecting the front and back main energy channels. And as you're breathing, we're going to switch our breathing to in and out through the nose with the intention eventually of having equal breaths in and out. And let your eyes relax, and then just kind of notice what's going on inside. And see if you feel little bubbles coming up. Or I used to love watching the lava lamp at my grandma's house. And I used to love turning it on and just waiting and watching as it started to warm up. So let yourself warm up. Let your chi, your life force, warm up in you and saying good morning. And it starts to get more liquidy, and then blub, 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 the bubbles start coming up. The bubbles come up, and that brings you joy. And you start to feel it moving up with maybe warmth through your heart and your collarbone, and softening the shoulders even more, and through your throat, and bringing a smile to your face and all the way up to your eyes. And you might feel the bubbles continuing out the top of your head. Maybe they started here, right? Remember, this is called the lower dantian. And this is the middle dantian. The lower dantian, deep behind the navel, that's our vitality. And then we go and we feel that connection all the way to the universe. And maybe there's a beautiful sun. You can see it. It absolutely is the heart of the universe, and it's beating down on you in a gentle way. Warmth, softening the top of your head. Like you're a candle, and that flame's in the center, and then everything around, there's a little liquid, right? And then there's a little smoke. However, there's color. Think of that, the color. And think of how the edges of the candle soften as your shoulders. Let those soften, melt down a little bit. Round out. Feeling that warmth coming through you. How beautiful is that? And we say the password Master Lin gave us. I am in the universe. Okay, so think of yourself standing at the top of the planet, and you're looking out at the universe in all directions. And you're just this little bitty one, and this whole universe, and you see it everywhere around you. How does that make you feel inside? I am in the universe. The universe is in my body. Can you take that whole visual and pour, and however you're feeling it too, and pour it inside and feel yourself? How does that feel? Does it feel expansive? It does for me. I'd love to know how that feels to you. So that's the universe is in my body. The universe and I combine together. Whoa. All right. What does that feel like? Can you feel like the merging? And when you do, what happens to extra energy you no longer need? Does it turn instantly into beautiful smoke or light and flow out of your body back to where it belongs? And how do you feel? Do you feel connected to what's most divine for you? Your God, your angels, your family, to whatever is most divine? What is something that just with wonder, maybe you're just, I love different crystals. I don't remember all which ones they are, but I can feel them when I hold them, when I look at them. What fills you up? Your family, pictures of your family, memories. And then we pour in our intentions. And take your time with this. What's your intention for today? For our whole group, we're intending to put ourselves first and to have that experience and find out what happens if we do. If we put ourselves first and we take breaks when we need to, and we go like kayaking, like I had so much pressure on my head of what I needed to get done yesterday. And I had made a commitment to go kayaking with this networking group. I knew it was fun, and so, see, in my mind, fun was like not necessary. Have you had that? where it's like, okay, I could go out for coffee with my friends, or I could do this, or I could go for a walk, but it's not necessary. This stuff I have to do on my to-do list, that's necessary. And I said, no, this is necessary. And we had a good time. It was really nice. And I got everything done as much as I could get done, and it was all good. And I have another day today. And then you pour in anything else that you think, wow, you know what really helped me today? I would feel really good if I connected with my uncle. I'd feel really good if I connected with somebody, or if I made an appointment for a massage. I've been thinking about it for 3 months or 6 months or 20 years. And give that to yourself. All right, beautiful. So you'll be happy I went long because we don't have as much time to do the healing. But I'm going to continue a few minutes late. So go into the healing movement, which is the third one for our releasing anxiety and overthinking for our stomach, spleen, pancreas. We have our hands over our head like this. And the whole thing is bringing in peace. So no worries that we were doing what we did, because that was bringing us into peace. See, everything is perfect. It's fine. It's exactly what we need. So what we do is we just breathe in and allow our knees to bend a little bit. We bring the body down and we breathe out and we come back up. Breathe in and out through the nose and feel yourself in that column of peace. Remember the column of peace at the beginning? From the universe all the way down into the earth, from the earth all the way up into the universe. And feel that yellow light, maybe it's golden. What does it feel like to you? Maybe you're bringing other earth tones in, going to orange or even to brown, and feeling that moving and filling you and releasing what you no longer need. So if you're bringing in brown, right, you're giving yourself a little mud bath. And just soften the shoulders and allow peace to enter every cell, tissue, and organ. Breathe in and out through the nose. Your spine is straight. Your tongue is touching the roof of the mouth. Your chin is tucked a little bit. And you are peace. You are a peace radiator in this moment. And you can stay here as long as you want. You feel peace coming out through the fingertips, out through the toes, the bottom of the feet, into the earth. You're receiving and you're releasing at the same time. You might feel sensations inside where there was like a little ache because of how you slept. And it might be an ache right now. And you could just look at it gently with the idea of releasing and of peace, and feel it. Sometimes you can feel blockages breaking up and moving. Allow yourself to feel that. And know that as you breathe in, you're bringing in new chi, your life force, in through all the pores of your skin, in between your cells, inside everybody, those cute little mitochondria. And anything you no longer need releases out. Maybe it goes back into the bloodstream, or to go out through the lungs or through our other purification systems. Or maybe it just turns into light or smoke or butterflies and just releases out that way. And you let it go, 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 and you just feel more peaceful and more peaceful and more peaceful. And you can continue if you want. I'm going to close the practice for us and for the morning, but you can continue as long as you want, and then just remember to harvest your chi, okay? And give some soothing, so rub your face and your ears. Meanwhile, the rest of us, if you're stopping with me right now, bring your hands down gently, focus on the lower dantian. Talk to the chi you cultivate and say, hey, thank you, thank you, thank you, and come in to be part of me today, to help me help us have a beautiful day. And spin, spin, spin. Spin it faster and faster and faster, and get smaller and brighter and smaller and brighter and smaller and brighter until it turns into a tiny little energy pill. And I lots of times I get a little visual. So I've got a little bear cub. So we're gonna have the little bear cub and tuck it deep behind the navel. And then rub your hands together and just kind of feel how alive you are right now, and how peaceful and joyful and whatever it is you're feeling. And then rub your face. Take 2 fingers, slide them up the sides of the nose to the forehead, around the face, and down to the chin. And cup your head and just say, this is mine, this is my chi. I'm not stepping out of, like stepping out or shutting off the shower. I'm within that column of peace, of love, of happiness, of whatever it is you want today. And if you find yourself stepping out of it, then you can step yourself right back in. So yeah, stuff comes up, you hear news you don't want to hear, you've got someone upset at home, or whatever, you meet someone in the store and you're just like, oh, that person is so sad, or whatever, or angry, or grumpy. Grumpy, that's what you usually find, right? And then you might feel, actually, when something like that happens, your heart opens, and you feel a little whoosh of your intention of being kind and sending love, just sending to them automatically. Is that wild? Because we're all connected and we're all supporting each other, even if we don't realize it, even if we don't know who anybody is, or even even an animal or whatever. So just tapping and cupping all the way down, letting your whole body know, in this moment and any moment I wish today, I am aligned, body, mind, spirit, soul. And then so gratefully we take our arms out, we breathe in, we imagine 10,000 more arms and hands coming out, and we maybe look up with our inner eye and we see our loved ones, and the chorus in the universe pouring down gifts, and you can feel them fluttering down like petals, or maybe they're big chunks, like you get all kinds of crystals or something. And just let that happen, and then we bring them down and we accept the gifts of the universe, and we say thank you, thank you, thank you. And I send you many, many blessings, so please feel that. I'm sending you little happy blessings, everybody. And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Okay, bye.